And it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like Sammy gets away very, very well, as does Shane. And there's a big muddle in the start as the drivers make their way to the first corner, and it's Sammy leading, and there is a spin there, and it's a spin of an Alpine. It looks like SJ has spun out. Shane already picking up a 5-second penalty from a severe collision, as well as Leon picking up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. It's already been a very, very messy start to this test session. But after the first lap, we've got the field separated by 22 seconds, and we've already got our first set of pit stops. It's SJ, Brendan, and Duco heading in to the pits. I wonder which tyres they're going to end up on. Buddy clearly very, very unhappy with that, as we just see Shane breaching track limits there. We've got a lot of different battles happening up and down the track. With Noah now in second place, making that pass for the second position. But we've got a slew of different strategies. We've got all three tyres represented, as there is a bit of contact there. Rowie just getting all out of sorts there, going into turn one. Is that some glitching there? Is that poor internet connection? It's not entirely clear, but there is a lot of contact going on there between different drivers. I'll see if we can get some information on the car damage there. Rowie just about getting off there as the Haas of Veraz goes off and loses the front wing. That's a drive-through penalty for Potato. That's not what the Ferrari driver would have wanted in recent times, as we just see Rowie begin to make a move on the Ferrari of Jaden. Jaden opting instead. Ooh, is he opting to stay behind? No, he's not. He's opting to stay alongside. They're alongside into turn 3. Who's got the DRS? I don't know who's got the DRS. Someone's got the DRS, presumably, but Rowie keeps 6th position. That's another position gain for the rookie. Started 15th, now up 9 places. Very, very impressive stuff indeed. As Duco makes a lunge for 9th place. Brendan looking to just regain that position back on the medium tyre, and that's a spin by Brendan on Duco. That's really, really not what the Williams driver was looking for. As we've just seen Noah make a pass there, and there's a tussle between the Ferrari of Jaden and the AlphaTauri of Noah, who seems to have lost out quite badly on that to Rowie, Jaden, and Johannes. Really not great, considering that he was at one point looking for a podium here, as the two drivers go wheel to wheel just through the beginning of the second sector, and that's a place where we haven't really seen a move all race going on. But they are wheel to wheel in a race down to the DRS detection point. It looks like Rowie might just know better than to dive on the inside just like that. Very reminiscent of Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton at the real Bahrain Grand Prix, but Shane just gets better traction onto the back straight. It's looking more and more difficult as we enter the 20th lap of the race for the Alfa Romeo reserve to be keeping this on the road, as Harry picks up yet another time penalty. And we've got a safety car for reasons unclear. Slowly but surely, let's see when he decides to get going. And he's decided to go, as we have a number of drivers we can barely see in the fog here, but they will be seen very, very quickly. Sammy already making up a second on the car behind. Very, very impressive stuff. The Mercedes really, really tussling there. Jaden losing a ton of positions there. Leon picking up another 5-second time penalty for ignoring the yellow flag, presumably for speeding. I'm sure that will get looked at by the stewards after. And we've had SJ making up another position there, and the Mercedes also doing very, very well. The Ferrari's coming out an absolute cropper there. Now, previously running last position and second position, now running the last 2 positions. Possibly it's a ploy for the fastest lap. Who knows? As Noah makes a move on Rowie, or the two drivers are really tussling here for these positions. The Aston Martins side by side as we enter turn 4. Very similar to the real Bahrain Grand Prix, except there's less barging, I should think, between them there was between Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Anywhere, as we just see on the map, and there's collision there between the Alfa Romeo and the Alpine of Leon. They've both lost their podiums unless they can build it back, which I don't think they can. Not to mention the 10-second time penalty that Leon is carrying. That's going to be absolutely catastrophic for both the drivers' races. But even more so, it looks like SJ is going to be very happy with that as we get another safety car, which is going to be the last thing that Sammy was wanting. But it's a green flag and away we go for the second time in this race, as Noah gets an incredibly good start. SJ just hanging back as we head into the first corner. SJ going very deep there, and Leon now alongside. Leon capitalizing on that place, but won't keep it due to the time penalty unless he can pull out some crazy margins. Rowie only 1 second behind the Red Bull of Sammy, who must just be wanting to get this thing done, wanting to keep it within the white lines for the remainder of the race. Just driving relatively carefully there, nearly getting collected by the Mercedes of Brendan, who came in as a reserve, absolutely decimated the field by 1.5 seconds for pole position in this test race, and with 2 racing laps manages to pull out a 3.3 second gap, leading from Rowie on track, leading from Noah, leading from Leon, with time penalties to be added, and Rowie just keeping that time penalty, as does Noah. Shane just getting the penalty, getting the pass done on SJ over the line, but Sammy absolutely dominating that session. Thank you for joining us for this test session. We'll see you next time for the next race.